Governor, FEMA's denial of flood relief for 13 Texas counties was based on the conclusion that Texas should have its own sufficient resources to take care of its own people. I'd like the governor, this questioner says, to tell us if the state has indeed exhausted all of its available resources to help Texans in need, or is there more we can do as a state in addition to passing the buck to the federal government?
As soon as Texas doesn't have to send a dime to the federal government, then we can have this conversation. But we send billions of dollars to Washington, D.C. And as a matter of fact, I'm kind of tired of being a donor state. We've been sending billions of dollars to Washington, D.C. for years now. And we get shorted. We get back 70 cents on every dollar for federal gasoline tax that goes up there for construction. Please don't tell me, Washington, that it's our responsibility to take care of these issues and that we have the resources while you're still sucking tax money out of this state at unprecedented levels. 4 out of 5 jobs that were created in the decade of the 2000s, private sector jobs, were created in Texas. Let me tell you, if it wasn't for Texas, America would be in a hell of a mess economically. So I'm a little offended that the federal government would say, y'all got plenty of resources. And it's not the first time we've heard that out of them. You think about when Hurricane Katrina and then Ike came, we got treated completely differently. I mean, the Louisiana-Texas line, if you were on the Louisiana line, you got some resources that the folks, I mean, across the line weren't made available. And it's just, you know, you get frustrated with a federal government that for whatever reason thinks that Texas is, you know, y'all are rich and you can take care of yourself, and we just like to be treated fairly. And that's the reason the appeal's going back up, and hopefully they will understand that these are people who've lost their homes, have lost their possessions, and I mean, they're destroyed. Mm-hmm. And for crying out loud, the federal government ought to see that this is no different than somebody that lost their belongings over in the Ninth Ward in New Orleans with a flood. These are human beings with needs, and I don't get it. But we're going to keep working and pushing and prodding, and hopefully, as I said earlier in the program, there will be a new group of people in Congress up there that will be a little more receptive to listening to states that are doing it right.